Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week's video is all about intermittent fasting and my experience with fasting for over 60 hours over 3 days. So it was an absolutely incredible experience, but as I'm sure you guys know, if you've watched any of these videos in the past, I do have a few disclaimers that I want to put out there, but also just because of the timing of the video, when it was done, and kind of the activities that took place, there's just a couple of things I want to say about that before we get started. So the first thing I want to say is please do not try this at home unless you have done your fair share of research, you're 100% you want to give it a go, and I would highly recommend that you speak to a medical professional, especially if you have an underlying health condition. Now the second thing is the timing of this video. So this was actually filmed in February of 2020. Now it was meant to be released after my Earth Day series, which was a 4-part series, but then COVID-19 kind of, took over the world. So instead I decided that I would make videos specifically for my IBS sufferers during coronavirus, during COVID-19 and isolation, and what you can do in order to help yourself get through this time. Now I also just wanted to make this clear because in this video I go to the swimming pool, I go for walks, I go to the shops, and I just want to make sure you guys don't think that I'm running around during an epidemic doing all of these things. This was filmed in February, and the only reason it's been delayed so much is so I could get you guys some relevant content to what was going on in the world right now. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. Okay, so I am up and awake and tired, and we are probably at about I think we're hour 12 at the moment, and I feel fine. No hunger, I'm very tired. I didn't feel well yesterday, but I feel a bit better now. And yes, let the hard bit commence. Okay, messy hair, don't care. So we're at 17 hours. So autophagy has kicked in, which is where your cells turn within themselves and start eating like waste products, like toxins, and basically just starts detoxing your cells. So that's pretty exciting. So right now I have a huge peak in growth hormone being released. I have autophagy going on, burning fat and ketones, because I've been fasting long enough now for ketones to have properly kicked in, and ketones are basically healing, which you'll know from my previous video, and they heal parts of the brain, parts of the body, they get rid of misfolded proteins. So I'm pretty happy that that is now kicking in because, well, it's exciting, isn't it? It's really exciting. Okay, so we are at hour 18 now. I am starting to feel a little bit of hunger, I won't lie to you guys. My insulin levels are definitely nice and low now, and fat burning has probably started in the minor stages. I don't feel bloated at all, which is nice, it's lovely. But growth hormone should have kicked in now at this point, which is good for slowing aging, building muscle, burning fat. But I'm really pushing for the other effects like autophagy and the stem cells in your intestinal cells. So I'm looking forward to those stages, but at the same time a little bit nervous about how I'm going to get there. I've just made myself a cup of tea with a tiny bit of milk. There's really low calories, so that should be fine. And the change has now happened from burning sugar to burning fat. That's officially happened, so this is good. But I am doing this for IBS. I'm not doing this for weight loss, but I will be reporting on all stages and just letting you guys know what it is like in this lovely vlog about intermittent fasting. I'm still in my pajamas because I am having an editing day, and I always like to be cozy when I'm editing. Let the fasting continue. Okay, you guys, so we are at hour 20. I am proud and actually doing quite well. So I'm keeping a little diary so that I can talk you guys through the last kind of couple of hours. So hour 19, I tried to have a cup of tea. I only really drank half of it, and I was just like, every time I took a sip of water, I felt the hunger pains kick in, and I was like, well, this isn't really worth it. So I kind of waited, and I haven't really drunk that much water. I've drunk a litre since I started my fast, but I was asleep for most of that, so I will increase. I do actually feel really alert and really focused. Like, I've just edited like 7 minutes of video, so that was probably like 20 minutes of film and it's become 7 minutes. And normally I would get up, I'd get down, I'd make food, I'd watch Netflix, I would make myself a cup of tea, and I have literally just sat at my desk and done all of it. So it's definitely kind of like an increase in my focus and kind of less distraction because I can't use food as an excuse. And I'm actually feeling quite calm. I feel very mellow, which is nice. Like, it crashed, my laptop crashed earlier and I lost my editing work, which I had spent about 15 minutes on. And I didn't really react. I just kind of like launched it again, troubleshooted the program, and then went on from there. And just went on from there. And there was no massive reaction. I'm also not bloated. I have no IBS symptoms. Kind of loving it. Do kind of miss food. Do definitely have some hunger pains. But you have to remember, like, I was asleep for probably the really bad ones. So we'll see how we go. But I'm at hour 20. Just gonna carry on editing and I will keep you guys updated. Okay, it's been 21 hours and 40 minutes. Like, I just helped mum make her dinner. Well, not help her, like I was just in the kitchen while it was happening and I was so close to like just reaching to the plate to like put a bit of food in my mouth, but literally like a single piece of food would undo all the good I've done. So I'm sorry, the fan for my laptop is on. I have, however, just edited an entire video in one day. Like, I literally sat down and edited 30 minutes of film into a 14-minute video. I am pretty amazed by that, like the increased focus. I do have some kind of like hunger, like mumblings going on, but I wouldn't say like I'm in pain. I have just got myself a peppermint tea because of seeing mum's dinner and not really, dealing with that so well. I did say in my intermittent fasting video that I put up recently that I don't think I'd ever be able to go 36 to 48 hours, and just kind of like wished you guys luck because that's when old fat cells are found. But I want you guys to have like the most information you can have, so I'm gonna try and go as long as I physically can, and I'm just gonna keep you guys updated. I can't believe I'm doing this, and I can't believe how good I feel. I want a tuna and cheese melt. I really want a tuna and cheese melt, and I want to fry it in butter, and I want a glass of Coke. Oh yeah, tuna and cheese melt and a glass of Coke. Cashew nuts, salted, and a beer. Okay, you guys, so I have decided to go for a swim. Just kind of like a relaxing one, like sauna, steam room kind of thing. But I can also weigh myself here because I know that I need to report back to everyone. You're watching for IBS or if you're watching for weight loss, I want to give you all the information there is to give. So that's the plan right now. I am craving butter and jam on toast. Okay, so that was actually pretty good. I think we're on hour 25, 26 of fasting now, and I'm surprised I'm not more hungry. I'm also surprised I'm not dizzy. I'm surprised by how much energy I have. Yeah, I'm just like, I thought I'd be dying at this point. They do say day 2 is so much worse. So I'm going to go do a little bit more research into that when I get home and just like get ready for what has to come tomorrow. Luckily, obviously, technically it's already day 2, so I'll sleep through the first bit, but we shall see. I also weighed myself. I was horrified because I've had a really stationary 2 months. Normally I'm working loads of shifts. I'm just not working as many at the moment. It feels like it's been raining for a year. It's pretty much been raining for like 35 days, I'd say, at this point. So getting out the house is like impossible, and it's not like just rain, it's like wind and storms, and part of the seawall down the road has collapsed. Like, it's not weather you want to be going out in. I did actually get kind of some bloatingness when I got out of the pool and went and sat in the steam room, but I do think that that is probably to do with the fact that I had just been in water, and so, you know, like I've talked about swimming in my IBS before, kind of like loosens up everything. So I can kind of feel that going down already, and I think it'll do me good in the long run. Oh my god, my hair is so flat. It's wet from the swim. So we are at hour 27 and I am feeling like a little bit kind of like headachy, but it kind of comes in like a wave and then it goes away. I am feeling hungry. I definitely felt some strong cravings when I got back from my swim, like to the extent where I was like, I should just go into the kitchen and get myself some food. And that's the first time that I have felt that since I started the fast. But I've just rewatched like some videos and done some more research, because like when I read all of the benefits and the amazing things that are going on inside my body, I'm like, come on, I can do this. So at 24 hours, my stem cells are starting to rejuvenate inside my gut, which is like basically why I'm doing this. But also BDNF is being released, so there are neurons inside my brain that are repairing. Also, there's a massive dip in CRP markers, so inflammatory markers. So like that's just magic. And then I guess like the next big thing now is going to be 36 to 48 hours, which is where my body's going to go searching for that old fat and that old sugar. So we'll see what happens to my weight kind of between the weight I did tonight and the weight that I'll do tomorrow at like, I'll probably do it at like 5:30, so that'll be like around the 45-hour mark. Also, apparently when your body goes searching for that old sugar and that old fat that it's stored, you release GABA, G-A-B-A, which is basically a calming hormone, and your dopamine receptors are resetting, so that's really good for anxiety and depression. So I am looking forward to that. I do also know though that day 2 is the worst, because like your brain is repairing, you can feel quite foggy and queasy and headachy and tired. But I haven't got any plans for tomorrow, just some editing, so I'll just take it easy. And like, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for my body, and hopefully my body will thank me once I've done it. So I'm a little bit nervous about day 2, so to go to bed, I've got a nice pomegranate candle and lavender incense burning, because lavender's like the most relaxing thing. It's my favourite thing. Good morning, guys. So it is 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Good morning. I actually feel pretty good. I don't feel hungry. We're in hour 36 of the fast now. Feel okay? I am quite thirsty, but I think that's because, you know, like it's been all night, so I haven't been drinking water. But hour 36 is when that proper fat burning starts. So for those of you watching for weight loss, this is the start of your critical window of where you want to get to. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so we are in hour 42 of the fast. I actually feel okay. I just did another load of editing. I do have to say my focus is definitely improved. Like, I'm not getting up and down from my desk. I can just sit down and do what I need to do so easily. And I did feel more refreshed after sleeping last night. So far I'm kind of getting some benefits that I didn't expect. So it finally stopped raining, so we decided to get out of the house just to make the most of it. So I am at the seaside. It is extremely windy and quite cold, but it feels good to be out of the house. I did kind of feel my stomach rumbling more as I walked, but I don't feel lightheaded. I feel pretty good, but all I can think about is ice cream and how I'm gonna buy ice cream when I'm done with this challenge, because cookies and cream or vanilla ice cream, and get cookie dough and like warm it up and then melt the ice cream on top. Yeah, that's gonna be the plan. I am tired, cold. I'm so cold. I can't seem to keep myself warm. And I think I'm gonna have a cup of tea, like actual tea, with a little bit of milk, and cozy up on the sofa and do nothing. I'm not sure the walk was a great idea, because I think that just used up whatever I had left. So I'm in my big white fluffy dressing gown and my cozy blanket. I'm gonna have a hot drink. Hour 44. I've got this. Okay, you guys, so yoga now. I was so cold. I lay on the couch under a duvet and a blanket with a hot water bottle trying to keep warm, and it's like 5 degrees outside right now and it's so cold and I can't keep myself warm. but it's okay. Yoga class normally keeps me warm. It normally helps my circulation. So I'm gonna go do some yoga and then weigh myself. Oh my god, that square and cup of tea looks so good! Hey you guys, so we are now in hour 48, which feels like a big accomplishment. Not only that, but when I got back from yoga, I cooked my food for tomorrow, and didn't eat any of it. So I am so proud of that. I pretty much made like a vegetable medley just because from what I've read, you need to kind of like give nutrients to your body as soon as you end a fast. And I don't want to give it like fat and carbs because it will just shove it straight into like storage and then I'll just gain all the weight back. And also like my intestines and stuff like that have been kind of out of action. So I want to like ease them back in. Yoga was good. I got really hot. I was really cold at the beginning and then I got like unbelievably hot towards the end, like when we got moving. And it was actually quite relaxing yoga. So I think temperature regulation is definitely something I'm experiencing at this point, as like more of an issue, keeping warm. I also think I look really pale. My eyes kind of look a bit sunken in, but I don't have dark circles around my eyes, and people did say that that's a positive, that those toxins kind of get flushed out. So that's really good. What else? I am finding that it's easier to stay with the fast because there's so many other benefits. Like I'm not doing it for weight loss, so I'm not just being like putting it to the side and moving on. The fact that I know that there's stem cells being released, the fact that I know that I've got autophagy kicking in, the fact that I know that I've got like BDNF being released from my brain, inflammation markers coming down, like that's all amazing. And the fact that it's currently going on, not eating food is going to be so beneficial for me. Healing and like people with musculoskeletal disorders and like really bad back problems and stuff, they're advised to do that because the stem cell ratio is so high after 72 hours. Hey you guys, so hour 51 and I am pretty much off to bed now. It's 10 o'clock in the evening. And yeah, I feel much chirpier than earlier. Like I'm not struggling as much to keep warm. I don't feel as kind of down. Earlier I did kind of not have like a full-on headache, but like if I got up too quick I was kind of dizzy and like I would kind of get waves of kind of a headache. But I feel good and I'm gonna go to bed now and I'm gonna eat before 12 o'clock tomorrow because we have plans now for the rest of the day and I don't want to jumpstart my system with something unhealthy and I have to be home in order to eat the healthy stuff I've prepared. So that's the plan, but I'll probably finish my fast around the 60-hour mark. So this is super exciting. I can't believe I've made it this far. Like I honestly thought I would bail at like 36 hours or 24 or 18. I cannot believe I did it. And I honestly think that the reason I've made it this far is because it's for more than just weight loss. It's for like stem cell production and brain repair and autophagy and all those amazing things. So yeah, I'm like so proud. I didn't expect to get this far and I am so impressed that I have. Okay, so it's 10:30 and it's so dark. Okay, so it's 10:30. I woke up at 10 and we're in hour 63 of the fast. And last night when I was going to bed, I kind of felt quite sick. And I kind of just felt like I should be eating food as opposed to hunger. I don't feel hunger now, but I think I'm going to break my fast in the next kind of 2 hours. I'm actually starting to feel kind of like almost run down, which is weird because it's your immune system that's like healing at this point, but they do say like healing doesn't necessarily feel good. So yeah, it's all beneficial, I'm sure. And we'll see how my first food into my system will sit. I'm a little bit nervous. Hey! So we are at hour 64. It is going well. I kind of felt a little bit like, well, what I can only assume you feel like when you're like high. I was a bit spacey, a bit giggly. It was, yeah, I'm in a great mood. I feel good, but I do feel a little bit out of breath very easily and almost a little bit weak. So I do think it's time to eat some food. I am just like crazy happy with these results. That is me tensing and that's kind of me relaxed. So in terms of bloating, we're not experiencing any, which is cool. But I am of course going to see what my bloating's like after I eat, because if it's just worse than it was before, then there's no point in doing this crazy experiment. I'm both bummed out and happy that this fast is ending, so mixed emotions. I can't wait to taste food again, but I'm also sad that this kind of like happy haze is gonna disappear, and you know, the completely flat stomach won't be there anymore as soon as I eat food because I have IBS. I'm now making my smoothie. So I've got some banana and milk, skimmed milk in here, and I froze some spinach last night, which I've never done before. Oh, it's out. There it is. A block of frozen spinach, which I'm now realising doesn't fit into my... Okay, it's in. Just allow that to drain through. And there we have it, a green smoothie. Okay, so I've done my final weigh and I've got my smoothie and I'm gonna have it in the car. I am so excited to break this fast. 66 hours, guys. I made it, 66 hours. So in my car, and it's time to break the fast. I cannot believe it. I did another weigh, I feel good. I think my skin actually looks so much better. Like no dark, not really any dark circles. And like kind of a rosier complexion. I was quite pale before, but I do work crazy hours, so that makes sense. Right, so smoothie time. Okay, so not only is this the end of my fast, it's also my first ever green smoothie. Okay, let's do this. I can't believe I'm breaking this fast. This is mad. Cold. Oh my god, that's so cold. You know, it feels good for me. That's what it feels. It feels nutritious. I'm going to take it slow on the drive home with this and report back. Okay, you guys, it is food time. I have literally cooked some pasta and that's all my veggies, and then a load of cheese on top because I deserve it. There's like a camembert in the fridge that I really want to eat, so I'll see if I can hold myself back, but I truly doubt it. I truly doubt I will not have cheese on crackers after this. Okay, well, I take that back in every sense of the term. I am so full. I will not be eating cheese, but I'm not bloated at all. I am doing pretty well here. I feel good, feel fine, and I'm not bloated. I am really full, and this is a good day to be alive. Hey you guys, so I didn't really vlog yesterday because my plans kind of kicked in and it wasn't gonna work. So I went to the cinema and had Pick a Mix and really enjoyed that. Yeah, definitely ate more sugar than what I would normally eat, but didn't bloat. Definitely felt full, don't get me wrong, but didn't have... It was so odd. It was the first time in like 5-6 years that I felt full, but what was telling me that I was full wasn't that I looked 6 months pregnant. It was that I just like felt full. It was actually incredible. Like I felt, it was so nice. It was like, this is what normality is supposed to feel like. And then after that, I kind of came home. I had to upload to YouTube. I had a tuna and cheese melt, which was so good, and that filled me up. But then I was meeting up with friends because I had pre-standing plans.
The first thing I drank kind of went straight to my head, so then I just had like a pint of water and took it really slowly. So even though I'd eaten loads that day, alcohol did still have a massive impact on me. I came in pretty early, I came like 11:30, alcohol did still have a massive impact on me. I came in pretty early, I came like 11:30, in bed, and woke up at 10:30 today.
What I'm also really happy about is normally after I drink alcohol, I'm bloated, and this morning I'm not. Not bloated at all. That's very rare for me. Like if I go out drinking, I will bloat the next day. So that was my experience with fasting over a long period of time. I do have to say I was incredibly surprised with how it went down. There were things I didn't expect to experience, and some really weird things, like you saw how hazy I got at the end of the video there. That was a very weird experience, very lightweight, kind of floaty feeling. All of the information that I got for this video I got from a medical website and medical journals. So I did my fair share of research, and I highly recommend you do the same. In terms of the long-term effects that I felt after doing this fasting experience, I did feel that my bloating crept up over time, but it took much longer than I expected. I expected it to maybe take a couple of days or a week tops. I think it probably took about 2 months to get back to where it was. I truly believe that that was because of how many stem cells were produced and how much healing took place. It's not really possible to go back to something being completely wrong when you've done so much to put it right. So my experience with intermittent fasting was incredible. I think, would I do it again? Yes, but I think I'd do it maybe once or twice a year. I would not make it a regular experience for myself, just because I'm so busy. I love food so much, and yeah, just kind of discipline. You need to have discipline in order to do this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button down there. If you have any questions, please jump on over to Instagram. You can find me on there. You can find me with my Facebook page or on my blogs, which you can find in the banner on my YouTube channel. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you next week.